All right, what is going on, big dogs? So, just want to start off with a little fun fact about myself here. So, I am a massive sports fan. I am particularly a massive basketball fan. I've played basketball since as far back as I can remember. I absolutely love the sport, even to this day. I still play pickup, and I don't like to toot my own horn here, but I like to think I'm pretty above average at the sport. You know, I like to think I'm all right. I like to think I can hold my own out on the court. I watch the NBA basically every day. I watch college basketball as much as I possibly can. I live in Minnesota, so I'm a big Minnesota fan. Love the Timberwolves, that type of stuff. You guys get where I'm going with this. This weekend, the NBA broke the internet. And more specifically, the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Lakers destroyed the internet with what I can only describe as the dumbest move I have ever seen. So the Dallas Mavericks have who is only considered as probably the second, if not third best player in the entire NBA, in the entire world right now, in Luka Doncic. And the Lakers, who are kind of a mess of a franchise right now, have a few aging superstars who nobody thought would ever leave LA. And nobody thought Luka Doncic would ever leave Dallas. In fact, he has said multiple times that he didn't want to leave Dallas. He has never requested a trade. He has never really expressed any hatred towards the franchise. He has never said anything super negative about the franchise. I know kind of at the start of the season, he was upset that they kind of got rid of a few guys that he really liked that were on the organization or part of the organization. But other than that, there have been no hints. There have been no requests for a trade. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But in the heart of the night on Saturday, the Dallas Mavericks made the dumbest trade in NBA history, probably in sports history at this point, because they decided to ship Luka Doncic to the LA Lakers for Anthony fucking Davis. I cannot wrap my head around this. I can't. I just can't. Anthony Davis is 31 years old. Anthony Davis is hurt all the goddamn time. Yes, his defense is great, and when he plays well, he dominates. I will absolutely say that. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad player. I'm not going to sit here and say he's a terrible acquisition to their team, but to ship him away for somebody who is basically deemed untouchable, right, is ridiculous. Like, let me try to break this down a little better for you guys. So, in sports, there are just players you don't get rid of. There are just players that everybody in the league understands that that person is not up for sale. That person is not up for trade talks. That person is going to stay with whatever franchise they're on for as long as humanly possible, unless you are willing to give up your entire house, the rights to your firstborn son, and your wife. Because that is how much that player means to that franchise. Luka Doncic has carried the Dallas Mavericks since he was 19 years old. He's 25 right now. So for the last 6 years, he has done nothing but put that organization on his back and dominate the league. He has been a first-team All-NBA, which is best players in the league, 5 times in a row. He helped lead Dallas. He basically did lead Dallas to the NBA Finals last year. And Dallas wasn't playing poorly this year. They weren't doing as well as they did last year, but he was still dominating. He's been dominating all year. He's been absolutely crushing it. I know he didn't make the All-Star team or whatever, I think, but whatever. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just a popularity vote at this point. The guy is just dominant. The guy is, if you've watched basketball, you guys understand that Luka Doncic is absolutely phenomenal. And this guy, nobody thought he was touchable. And then, like I said, heart of the night, he gets shipped to the LA Lakers for Anthony Davis and basically a thank you note. Like, it was the stupidest fucking trade I have ever seen. Anthony Davis is hurt all the goddamn time. I don't think he's going to play a ton for the Mavericks this year. I have a feeling he's going to get hurt because he always does. That's just how it is. And not only that, to make this even more wild, to make this even dumber than it already is, Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis had no freaking idea. Luka Doncic, like I said, didn't request a trade. He wasn't upset with the organization. He was planning on being a Maverick for life. He even made a statement about it online. Anthony Davis was just as surprised. Hell, the GM of the LA Lakers, LeBron James, I know he's not actually a GM, but he might as well be. He didn't even know this was going down. It just happened. And I imagine this is how it went. I imagine that the Dallas Mavericks called up the Lakers and said, hey, we want Anthony Davis. We'll give you Luka Doncic. And they went, what? This is a joke, right? And they went, no, we want to trade you Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. That's a good trade, right? And the Lakers went, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that. Hold on a second. They signed the paperwork and everything was done. Because there is no way that this was like a planned out trade. There's no way in hell that they sat there for months getting together players and contract negotiations and all that other shit that goes involved with the trade. Because according to multiple sources, they weren't even shopping Luka Doncic. They didn't go around and ask other teams. They didn't go around and ask other organizations. They didn't go around and see what they could actually get for him. Because as a Timberwolves fan, right, we gave up a shitload of picks and 2 players for Rudy Gobert, which I still think is a stupid fucking trade. I thought that was a dumb fucking trade. This is like, the GM should be put behind bars for what he did. This is a crime. This is a crime against sports because it just doesn't make any goddamn sense. And I'm super upset about it. I don't know if you can tell. I am so upset about this trade because it seems like whenever the Lakers are doing poor, whenever the Lakers are just not doing well, they seem to just manifest a fucking trade out of their asshole and they just get a good player. It seems like every single time that this team needs something, they get it. Now, they haven't had the greatest seasons for the last couple of years. They obviously had that stretch with Kobe Bryant at the end of his career where he wasn't playing as great as he could. And Kobe Bryant is my GOAT. I absolutely love Kobe Bryant. I based my game around Kobe Bryant. They've had stretches where they weren't these top tier teams. But like, no other team has to go through what the Lakers go through, I guess. And by that, I mean, the Lakers go through like this short little stint where they aren't that great. And then all these superstars are like, I want to go to LA and build my brand. And they all get shipped off to LA. They sign with LA. They request a trade to LA. I mean, we saw that with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They wanted to go to LA. They ended up going to the Clippers, but whatever. They want to be in Los Angeles. They want to be in Hollywood. They want to build a brand. They want to do that type of stuff because, yes, just like the Dodgers in baseball, people want to go there because people watch Lakers games. People watch Dodgers games because it's a massive hot spot to build your brand, to build your image, that type of stuff. This, on the other hand, that wasn't even the case. Like I said, Doncic didn't even want to go. He wanted to stay in Dallas. He liked Dallas. Mark Cuban, right? Everyone knows who Mark Cuban is. He said he would rather divorce his wife than give up Luka Doncic. I cannot imagine what this guy is going through right now. Now, he's not like the majority owner anymore. I believe he sold his stake back in like 2022, 2023, something like that. So they probably didn't ask and call him anyways. But if I was Mark Cuban, I'd be so pissed right now. I would be calling up the rest of the guys who are owners on the team and be like, we need to get rid of this GM right now. We need to figure out how to veto this trade right now. We need to call the league. We need to figure something out right now because we just fucked our whole franchise. Like, this guy as a GM has given up, like, not even just this guy as a GM, this organization of Dallas, right? They had Kristaps Porzingis, Luka Doncic, and Jalen Brunson all on one team. They got rid of Jalen Brunson, and he's become a superstar in New York. They got rid of Kristaps Porzingis, and he has been helping dominate the league with the Boston Celtics. And now they just got rid of probably the best player in the league right now. I guess you could argue that Jokic is the best player in the league right now, which I'm not going to fight you on that. He's absolutely dominant as well. But man, dude, this trade makes no fucking sense. Again, like I was saying, there are just players that you know are untouchable. And there are just players that nobody expects are ever going to be shipped out unless they, get past their prime or really start slowing down. And Luka Doncic was one of those players that I just never expected to leave Dallas. I thought he was going to be there forever. I thought he was going to stay a Maverick as long as humanly possible for him. And for whatever reason, the GM, I still don't know what he was smoking. I don't know what he was doing. This trade just killed the sport for me for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you guys can leave a comment and try to explain it to me, I guess, if you really want to, but it has blown up the internet. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, remember, please leave a like, comment, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Links to all my socials will be down in the description below. Be sure to come check all those out, especially over on Twitch. I'm live almost every single day playing a variety of games. Yeah, right now, usually just Marvel Rivals, I should say. But I try to play a variety of games. But anyways, guys, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. And until the next video, guys, Godspeed.
My best friend to 23, she left her body in Harvard about